I just want to reiterate what I've said before in the past decade or so, and also what others have said more recently, that we learn more on YouTube than we ever could at a college. And I've always been a fan of the College of YouTube. I've learned how to pretty much do everything I know how to do from DIY videos and some books, but I don't read many books anymore. I tend to just absorb the knowledge from the books. But if you're just starting out and you have an idea, start with Google and YouTube or whatever search platform you use, and use those tools to build an energetic field of knowledge. Right? It's a collection, and you take that, and if your memory's not great, then take notes. Sometimes I take notes when I've got 18 things on my mind, but in the new world, there's no such thing as lack. Absolutely not. I've started over dozens of times, and I'm actually proud to say I've perfected it, because when you put stock in people instead of money, there's always going to be things, right? And that's where I chose to sit and to rest. Like every time I start over, I end up blessed and abundant to the point where I have to clean my room and get rid of things. Lack is a mindset, and I fell victim to my own bullshit, believing that going other places though could get you knowledge that you can access from higher dimensions once you're there. Until you're there though, YouTube and just basically building your dream using other people's knowledge. It's a lot of the things I know I learned from the world around me. I studied from people who were good at their craft, and if you want to be an expert, sit with experts. That's another little tip. And study, just learn things. I wake up today anew and sovereign. My mind is clear, and I have everything I need and then some. I'm blessed and I'm grateful. And today I'm going to go chase a little bit more energy, maybe in the form of a little currency, but also I owe some money to a library, so I'm going to go pay off that debt. Well, yeah. But the whole idea isn't paying the debt or making money. Today it's about enjoying the adventure. That's the secret to keeping me in a suspended limbo of want versus need. I have everything I need, and I have more than enough to keep me busy for the next little bit. I have a lot of projects. Projects are wealth, but we can share these things, and soon I will do DIY videos. I'm moving in that direction, but there will be, I don't know, arts and crafts, gardening, life tips here and there. But really, I would say the power is within. And when you get serious about building something, sometimes you take losses in a money way and people will look at you funny, but never give up on yourself, because you are, at the end of the day, you are the only thing you have. Sad to say, but that's harsh reality. Some days suck, but knowing that you're pulling and moving energy consistently, you eventually find hobbies for, well, I'll speak for myself. I found hobbies for myself that keep my neurons firing, like say use my hands while I'm thinking, and I've just developed this flow between the higher conscious state and the 3D realm, but it's actually connected, because we are co-creators, and as we move and as we flow and we have our eyes on the prize, say, for our goals and our dreams. And you think backwards too. I write backwards plans. So I will think about my goal, I'll envision it, and then I'll write the goal in detail, what it looks like, the dream, and I write a backwards time scale. Instead of trying to think forward, I've already built it in the future, and then I work backwards from that step, and then I do a forwards, because it gives me a clearer path of what things I need to work on or build or create in different parts of. Depends on how big you're going, right? You don't have to settle for the stars if all you want is just a 40-acre farm, but I think everybody deserves land at this point if they want it. It's not force everybody to be a farmer. We got technology. We don't have to do all the hard stuff anymore. That's the great part, right? But we have AI and everybody's scared of it. Like, either we take it down and we just enjoy the farming, and which I thoroughly enjoy my projects. But we can literally have aquaponics tanks with fish, and we have robots and sensors that do all the menial stuff, and then gives us more availability just to experience living, being, not having to do. And I mean, we're getting so close to this, but like the idea of having the space to just be, I think should be an inalienable right. And that's something I'm going to stand on. Yeah, I think everybody deserves a chance at trying to stabilize and get some generational wealth, because it's not fair to our children or their children or any lines in the future to bring them into an existence just to be a slave to an ideal that is kind of antiquated, because we are the wealth, okay? But also, like, there's enough land out there where if we teach our children and our people how to be responsible and co-create and live with the land, these federal reserves wouldn't have to be so tight on their land, because obviously there's lots of land on lock right now, and we can't own the land, but just even having stability for a few generations is kind of the direction I think we should go. Because then, if we have the option of getting a piece of land, it doesn't even have to be 40 acres. Not everyone wants that much. But having something that's sustainable for our needs, our goals, and our dreams, and we're not trying to necessarily take over the world. We want to be. Building a stone house will take 1 year, right? It'll last 1,000 years if war is not the picture, if war is not the money generating factor, which it is. I mean, everything about their system is obsolete. Sitting alone with yourself, nature's the best way to do it. I like the river. I've made a lot of animal friends too on this journey, but allowing yourself time to create the dream and not live in chaos is a big part of it. And sharing with people that are reciprocal, it builds, it co-creates, and like, it's not this huge feat, this huge mountain to climb. It's really just waking up out of the stupor, like, wow, they got me. Okay, what do I do now? The next right thing. And then you just follow that pattern of, okay, I'm here, I'm now, this is some up shit we're in, right? What do we do? The next right thing. Okay, it's been a couple of days since I've had a good meal. Treat yourself to a meal. Oh wow, I'm in my head, I need to write on paper. Those things help. Taking walks are helpful, especially if you're you've become more reclusive and stay inside. I'm kind of polar. I do both. I like inside and outside. I have my inside wizard things that I do for myself, and then I go out to the world and I just be. because, like, well, I don't know. You get to a point too if you're working trades and working these jobs that just suck you dry, where you don't want to participate anymore. You're done. I've got at least 5 solid trades under my belt and some side notes on my resume. It's to the point where I have to craft a resume just to get a fucking job. And that's dumb. The system that we're currently, this matrix that we're currently programmed pieces of code into, we have this opportunity, this golden opportunity to wake up. We don't even have to think of changing the world. Just wake up like, what do I want? We are in so much abundance, especially if you reduce, reuse, and recycle. If you follow that principle and realize the ads are targeting you also to feel like you need to spend money, and they get you on a frequency where you feel the need to buy those things that have been already suggested to you and beaten into your brain by the ads, or you pay for the ad-free version. So either way, they're making money. And like, I don't know, slowing down, having some hobbies is pretty cool. I bought a little soldering iron. I'm gonna do some electronics projects. I bought a little Dremel. They're mini tools, super convenient, USB charging, not too terribly expensive. And I bought a set of Legos, and I bought a set of poker chips, and I bought a bunch of books, and I have a whole corner in my room dedicated to growing food, and I'm getting that all set up. Just sharing a bit of me. Not bragging, I'm just giving ideas, right? So I've got like 18 micro projects that are all coming together, but on the big scale, I have some other things that now are going to take like the next step of creativity. I don't really like the idea of AI writing my proposals. So for me, just to take time to myself and do a proper write and then a proofread and then a publish, that's where I'm headed. And so I'm training myself to write in a more appealing and professional manner, so it is received by the right audiences, so that we can build this future that we all really, really want, need, and have been desiring for way too long. Cheers. I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day, or the day that you choose. But I'm out to have a fantastic one. I'm going to go ride the city bus around. Say hi.